Hey you, how are you doing? Thanks for jumping into this video that is a new series. Thanks to my friend Up for the challenge. He's been on the show before. He's gonna send me some videos. I haven't seen them. I'm gonna watch them with you and react to see how it goes. I don't know how it's gonna be. We'll see. Here's the first video. I already have it kind of keyed up so that we can just start it and jump in. So this is Untapped Keg Reacts. Welcome. No darkness lasts forever, and even there are stars. That's a solid start. That's solid.
A lot of people have become a lot more aware of mental health and the issues that it presents.
Men don't really talk about mental health issues. We don't really cover any of those topics. Even as us as a friend group, we rarely ever touch on it unless someone's really visibly down in a bad place.
I would say I've struggled with my battles of depression. I would say, and people around me would say, yes, you've probably been awfully depressed at times.
Just started my 20s, because that's where I was intoxicated and doing nothing with my life. I felt like I was just existing in a shell. I was intoxicated 7 days out of 7.
I remember living in the flat underneath him, and used to go up. He would be half a bottle of JD and he would be smoking his lungs away.
He was turning to alcohol to deal with all his feelings, all his emotions.
I think it was a coping mechanism.
And just going through a lot of battles in your head where you think, I'm not good enough, I don't really think I'm applying myself, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. My relationships aren't great, my friends don't know anything about it. And you're sort of hidden and you're trapped in your own mind.
That side of him is his worst trait, that he wants everybody to think he is behzinga and I'm happy and I'm famous for my laugh, so I've got to put that persona on when sometimes it's quite hard behind the scenes.
I remember telling him he needs to stop the drinking. Stop drinking so much. You're drinking way too much.
As a close friend of him, it's really scary to see someone in that state because you want to help them as much as you can, but you don't want to push too much that they end up going away from you.
I didn't want to be anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was letting everyone down. I felt like I was just a burden to absolutely everyone. I felt like I was the shit heap that everyone was dragging along.
In those times, I've made some very stupid decisions that I regret.
Being a burden.
Whether that be endangering myself or whatever it was.
He was saying quite a few worrying things, he can't go on, and it was all getting too much, the pressure was too much and he was struggling.
And I think when you end up going down that rabbit hole, you end up just talking yourself into stupid things.
And I remember Ethan's girlfriend at the time knocking on my flat door
to get into that cycle.
She was crying. I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? This is at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And she's telling me that Ethan's not in a good state and he's gone out.
I got in my car pissed as a fart and I was ready to, that was it. Not many people know that. Not many people know that. And that's what I mean is I got in that car with the intention of not getting back out of it. But, oh, it's fucking deep. Yeah, I had the intention of not getting back out of the car that evening.
I was very drunk and I ended up getting in the car and I left the flat with no intention of going back to the flat.
I didn't know he felt that bad, that he felt that he had to even end his life or anything like that.
I was panicking. I didn't know what to do.
In your head, you've now whittled yourself down to meaning nothing. You don't really find any reason to be knocking about anymore. And that's where I'd ended up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd sort of convinced myself that now was the perfect time to just make myself disappear.
Because if you feel like a burden, everybody would be better off without you, especially the people you care.
It's weird how the world works, but I just got to a point and I sort of pulled the car over and it just hit me. I was like, what are you doing, mate?
That was a very, very scary period for me because I didn't know if I was going to see my friend again, really.
Couldn't you imagine everyone that does actually care about me if I did do that? And I pulled over and I was like, fuck, I'm going home.
This fucking series was insane, bro. But How to Behzinga was amazing, man. From the beginning to end, bro. I found a new level of respect for Ethan. So yeah, Ethan, I love you, bro. You're a fucking king, man. You're a fucking king.
I love my friends so much. Yeah, I will cry. I have done before.
When you get to that moment of being able to cry in front of your friends with your friends, it's special.
I love my friends.
Nah, you're a king, bro. Nah, for real, you're a king, man. Boss man status right there. Ethan's a boss. I don't care what anyone says.
Describe yourself in one word. There. Just there.
Look at everybody laugh and look at his best friend right there.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Actually sad. Relax.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to
that,
make money on
his friend to see
Amazon
that,
is not.
recognize that
That's
it's
really sad.
sad and hold him. We don't do that as men with one another. We don't hold our friends.
100 million?
No, because I've got no friends. Like, I really, really love you all. Like,
That's what we're trying to iron out.
I really love you all.
When you feel like nobody understands you, you can be around friends, you can be around loved ones, and you will feel so alone. There's nobody in this world that can connect. Nobody
Just
would
fucking,
understand.
everything can get better. It might even just be going out in the sun today or whatever. It might flip your whole shit around. Even you might be in the maddest situations where you're like, fuck this. I don't want to be it anymore. Trust me, stuff gets better. And I know, fucking touch wood, I'm this guy that's, you've got this around you. Listen, not everything's materialistic, bro. Not everything's materialistic. It doesn't matter about what you have and what you earn, whatever. It does not matter.
Me and my mum are almost like an unbreakable bond. She's like my best friend rather than a mum. We go through everything together. Always have done. Probably always will.
Ethan's my whole world, my absolute heartbeat. Without him, there is no heart. Not many people know, but I actually had Ethan on my own. So it was a very, very emotional day. One that I'll treasure forever.
The real dad disappeared when I was conceived.
It was very tough. Carrying him on my own and consciously having him on my own has driven me to always fight for every cause.
She made that choice. It's the reason I'm sat here today.
He's all I've got
When you
and
feel
I'm
like
all he's got.
You have to live up to that.
This is a fucking sick picture as well. Oh my god, that's an amazing picture. How well done. Fucking, hey, brother, come here. I love this guy, man. Man's just come around and bought me a whole fucking way out. I love this.
I love you.
You're amazing.
Why? Look at that. That's beautiful.
People don't really know the real situation behind everything that me and my mum have been through.
We knew that his childhood wasn't great. You know, he would tell us stories.
As a teenager, it became apparent to Ethan that he had been abandoned twice and realised that a lot of our life was a lie.
We knew that his dad left home from an early age and that his mum was basically the mum and the dad.
When Ethan was 6 months old, I met his fake dad, as he calls him.
He was there till 13. It all went horribly downhill in that relationship due to drug addictions
And debt.
that my mum tried supporting him through to one day just go to the shops and not come back. And then with that, I found out that it wasn't my biological dad due to the divorce papers.
It's a bit of a sensitive topic for him.
I feel like there's probably some anger at the world, like why has this happened to me?
During that time is when
Why wouldn't
my
you
mum
be angry?
had cancer.
His mum was his only support system.
It was terrifying, and I didn't want him to think for 1 minute that I was going to die.
So that would have been a very, very scary time for him.
For
I had
one
to find
person?
us somewhere to live and get back on our feet. I had
So his
to
mom, his only
sit
support
up
system.
the homeless office every single day, and it affected
through.
Ethan badly at school.
All
Ethan
of
would
that.
be
Of course that
a bit
affected
disruptive, destructive. Just school didn't work for him, he didn't fit.
That was the time that I sort of went off the rails. It was sort of just a whirlwind at that time.
I can barely imagine what it feels like, so I can't really like put into words how he
Alright,
must
I'm
feel.
stopping this
I
for
had
a
to
second.
take an-
All right. If a child, don't care if you're 16, 17, 18, you're a child, okay, or younger, is being destructive and it's not working out, that is saying that there is something not right at home or whatever. So you don't allow the behavior, but what you do is try to be the emotional outlet. Like, my kids are 4 and 5 and I see this. If my kids are acting different and they're being destructive and they're not listening, I will sit there and I will ask them, what is going on right now? What is it that is going through you that you want to talk about? and they'll say, I don't know. And I'll say, it's okay to not know. 2 minutes later, they'll come up to me and we will have a conversation, and they're 4 and 5, about what they're going through. They will tell me. I will walk them through it, and I will let them know that I am going to be there for them. I'm not going anywhere. That's all that he needed, was a teacher, a mentor, somebody to say, of course you're feeling this way. I'm not going anywhere. You can come to me. That shit gets under my fucking skin, because teachers and mentors should know better. Should have known better for years. Should know better now. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Antidepressants and see therapists. Yeah, it's really emotional. You might have to stop.
Everything she went through whilst I was at secondary school is a real merit to the type of woman she is. I think younger Ethan had a lot of emotional baggage, but I think nowadays I've turned all of that energy into now something positive.
I would say emotions, not baggage, because it's not baggage. It's what we learn to
Is
push
Teenage
away.
Cancer Trust. This charity supports the young people and their families going through incredibly tough times, and they rely solely on donations. The donation page is live right now. Who else we got? Lachlan Epis with £51 donation. Probably wouldn't be here without you and the Sidemen. Thanks for saving my life. Can you say thanks to Josh for me too? Of course, bro. Yeah, Josh.
Yes.
Guy called Lachlan Epis donated to my stream, and he wanted to say thank you to you, because he said probably wouldn't be here without you and the Sidemen. So just wanted to say thank you from him.
Legendary, thank you.
Appreciate that, my guy. I think JJ's got, like you said, he's a bit of a dog, and I think Logan's not really going to be prepared for when he does get buzzed, and it's about how he reacts. I think Logan's got a lot of nervous energy in front of crowds, and I think it comes down to performing. I think he has a fear of failure, and I think if he does get buzzed, and in the later rounds, once it's past 2, I believe it's JJ's fight to lose, and I believe once he does get buzzed, and the fear of failure, I think it's going to provoke negative reaction out of him, and I think JJ will probably end it probably in the 5th round, I think. If there's a clip out there of my reaction when that decision comes through, it's going to be on replay for the rest of my life. That, I feel like I've lived, breathed and eaten it with him for 2 years. And for him to, I know how much it means to him, and for him to come out on top means the world. I feel like you've won tonight. I feel like I've won tonight. I feel like I was in there, especially when he had that round where he had to recover. Absolutely insane. I'm so sorry, I could not contain myself. I've seen absolutely everything that this guy's put into this. This means so much to him.
The people who've been through the most pain are the people who will be there the quickest for people who are. Look at that friendship. They're there for each other. There for yourself, you don't recognize that they're there for you. You think that everybody
You are so fat, it's embarrassing. I laughed so much when I heard that you cried every day after school because you were bullied just because you are so ugly and fat.
A lot of people say, how do you find motivation and stuff like that? It's sort of the same thing. You've got to you really do have to have that almost straight conversation with yourself. Like, I need to help myself here, even if it is going for a 20-minute walk. That's why I did my 30-day challenge. It was like, just be active for 20 minutes in a day, go for a walk, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It may seem like the world's hardest thing to go and go for a 20-minute walk or something like that, but as soon as you start putting these little tiny baby steps in progress, it just comes straight to your mind. Like, you feel a bit more motivated. You think, oh, I enjoyed that walk yesterday, let me go for another walk. Oh, I enjoyed that lunch, let me do that. And then you sort of build up this little foundation of these little bricks that you've put down, and you think, oh, I'm a little bit stronger now. All right, cool, yeah, bang. All right, let me put a bigger brick in place, bang.
Yeah.
You build this much.
How powerful is Cox Internet?
Ads, I don't
so
know.
powerful
How do you
that one
turn them
day
off? I
you'll
don't
be
know.
able
I'm not
to
paying
transform
for it.
this pile of plastic.
Healthier
so
house.
we're just gonna sit through those 30 seconds. I mean, listen, and if anybody's out there says,
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make something of myself.
Are you in the gym? Do you forget where you started
His
from?
transformation has made him happier. His own self-worth has changed dramatically.
As soon as he started seeing improvement,
Look
you could
good,
see his
feel good,
confidence
feel
went
good,
up.
look good. I don't care what order it's in. I don't care what comes first.
It is essentially
lead
like
to
a
one another.
landmark in his self-improvement. And this is the proof of that work.
I can feel my legs spazzing. Ah! My groins.
Prove
my
it to
hamstrings.
yourself.
Ah!
At this point,
Take
the
the
main thing
pain.
for him is, how can I improve myself?
Dig deep. Can you put off the gratification for a few moments of intense pain? It's emotional, physical, mental. It's all there.
I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. Oh.
It's beautiful.
Oh. Oh. Done it.
Yes.
But I feel great. So good. Did all this over the last 2 years, and then I put myself literally through the trenches to get a medal. The running and the achievement is almost like a self-validation. Even though I know I shouldn't doubt myself, I still do at times. Whereas now it's such an achievement, you sort of sit there and you think, don't doubt yourself again. Now it's time to just help people that have been in similar situations and try and push out a positive message and get people to make the right choices. The people that have watched this now, make a choice, make a decision, follow it through. It's all just taking like one step at a time. You can change your whole life around.
He's bringing people along on his journey of finding himself and understanding himself and bettering himself every day. And it's inspiring really to watch as a friend, and I'm sure it's inspiring for a lot of viewers too.
The 3 words that I would use to describe Ethan would be inspirational, exciting, and powerful.
When you have friends who are there with you and they see it and you hear the quiet part out loud, the part that you hear how they feel about you, like you can know, right? You can know, but when you hear them say something like that, I will never get over that feeling of, yeah, I understand something. I understand there's a lot there, but when you hear that heartfelt piece come out, like, my goodness, it's, you know, a change has to be made. You know, a change has to be made. It starts small. What's that first step you can do? Admit to yourself what that change is. Be honest about how it can change your life, possibly, right? But you got to keep making that step. And it's those little steps. It may not be tomorrow doing it. It might be 3 days from now. It might be psyching yourself out. Don't change everything, just one thing. Then when you get comfortable with that, change that other thing. And when you get comfortable with that, you can change something else. It all adds up. Self-care is not just about going and getting a massage. It's not just about eating that ice cream. It's about the little things. Sometimes it's about not eating the ice cream. Sometimes it's about brushing your teeth, being there for a friend, right? When they're in need. Reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, I need support right now. Can you be there for me? Self-care. Do something different. You want to be different? You have to do different first, because doing leads to believing. That leads to living. I don't know these people. I don't know what they do, but this is a beautiful message. It's a beautiful video. I give Ethan so much props for putting himself out there and being honest with the world about all of that. This is true. We go through it a lot. People, we as in people. And it's understandable. Be real, be vulnerable. You'll get a response that tells you if those people are for you, those people are not. People understand mental health more now, but that doesn't mean they act on it. And that doesn't mean they come correct, because they don't always. But it's videos like this. It's people talking about their challenges, their struggles that they got through. That's what lays the bricks for the next one. So This has been Untapped Keg Reacts. And tune in for the next one. I love you.